we have Drake Jackson on the far side, Matt Fink here, and Coach Helton in the middle. Coach will start with some comments, and then we'll take questions.
Glory to God and a bunch of great teammates that just are the definition of fight on and don't know how to quit. So proud of this team. I thought it was a team effort all the way around. Some guys making some big plays, some guys garnering some opportunities, and we needed every play to beat a good Utah team. I can't tell you how proud I am of this guy. You know, in today's world, you know, things don't go always your way, and you live through adversity, and you say, hey, you know what, when my opportunity comes, I'm going to make the most of it. In a world where everybody goes different places, this one stayed for his family, and waiting for his moment, waiting for his memory, and what a memory it was tonight. He's one of the more special people I've ever been around, and when his number was called, he made the most of it tonight and helped us with a big win. It's a great story, and I hope all of y'all tell it, because in a world where people go different places, this one fought for his family, and I love him for it. With that, we'll take any questions that you got.
Clay, last year when things went south, it kind of snowballed. This year you've lost 2 quarterbacks, and your team's kind of battled through. Even Stanford, you guys are down by 14. When did you notice the mindset was different?
I think this is a mentally tough bunch, and I know some folks have made fun of me for so what, now what, but that's our motto. That stuff it is bad sometimes, and it is, what are you going to do? Are you going to make an excuse, or are you going to find a way to get the job done? You know, they don't pay you to make excuses, they pay you to find answers, and to have, you know, have plan after plan after plan, and prepare everybody. Not just the first string, not just the second string, not just the third, but your kids in every different situation, put them through adverse conditions. And this group did everything together this off season. Not everything was perfect tonight, far from it. We got a lot more to clean up, but I'm going to tell you, this team is special, and by the end of this season, they're going to be a special product. You watch. We need some luck. We need to stay healthy, but this team can do some really special things. They did it tonight.
Going back to
Matt, what was going through your head as you step in for that first play?
Just do my job. I mean, as simple as that. I don't think that this moment was too big for me. I've been in the era of Sam Darnold, and I've seen things that are much crazier. But I think getting in today and showing what I could do was what I really wanted to do by staying here.
A lot of people told you your time would come. Did you believe that? Did you think your chance would come?
Of course, yeah. That's the only thing that kept me motivated through the whole process. Not to mention that I have a great team of brothers that, you know, continue to push me forward. So,
Clay, he had, I think, 5 throws of 30 yards or more. Can you speak to when he came in, did you have to alter the game plan, and your thoughts on how well the deep ball worked?
No, we said, and I said coming out of training camp, this is one of the most unique situations I've ever been in, because the 4 quarterbacks that went through that competition can play anywhere, and we believed in each and every one of them. And like I told each one of them, I told our team, you don't know God's plan. You don't know when you're going to get your opportunity. You don't know when it's coming. Just be prepared for it. And that guy trained as hard as anybody, even when he was named the 3rd string quarterback. He kept on being engaged. He kept on preparing like a starter. First game, one goes down. Now he's the backup. Now he's got to be prepared to raise his game up even more, get more reps. He took advantage of each and every rep. And when it was his turn, he made the most of it. I just can't tell you how proud I am of him.
Huntley was pretty elusive in the first half. What did you guys do to kind of get him under control to the extent you did in the second half? And also, what was the move on that intentional grounding in the end zone?
The intentional grounding?
I mean, the safety.
What move was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a simple rip move, but we really just wanted to keep him in a pocket, so he was just rushing at a certain rate to where he couldn't get out or get around us. So.
Clay, can you update us on Keaton's status?
What do you make of the defense you operate tonight? How were you all able to gel collectively? I said, what have you make of the defense tonight, and how were you able to gel collectively?
Really, just what we were doing in the off season. We're all together, just grinding it out. So I mean, just tonight we had to grind it out again.
You asked about Keaton's status. You know, Keaton got dinged, and it was to the point where we wanted to be careful. He knew what the play was that he ran. he knew exactly what happened, but you can tell that something was wrong. So we'd rather be careful with all our players and make sure their safety. And it was to the point that when we brought him off, they evaluated him and said, "Coach, he's not medically cleared." So we'll see where it is going into next week. We've got an extra day. And we'll see. I'll be able to give you probably more information on Tuesday.
Clay, going back to Matt's story, what can you share with us about the conversations you had when he was in the portal, how much you all communicated, and what your message was to him?
Yeah, you know, I thought in Matt's case, we talked a bunch, and he had done everything. He had done everything possible to help this team. He had competed for the job. He had gone into this Utah game last year, broke ribs for the team, and had done everything, and graduated from this university also. And when that happens, in 3 years he graduates, he and I sat down and I said, "Matty, if you choose to leave, I love you and I'll support you, but I want you to know the door is always open here. You are a member of our family, and I'm leaving it open because of how you have competed, how you have represented this university, getting your degree, and I'm not totally sold that it's the right decision, and it's a decision that you've got to make personally, and I want you to be able to evaluate it. I want you to be able to research, go anywhere you want to, and know if you want to be a part of this team, man, I want you here for the fall. We're going into training camp, we're going to go compete, and wherever it lies, don't have any regrets, all right? Don't have any regrets if it doesn't go the way." And when he got told the bad news, that he was third, he took it like a man and said, "Coach, I'm going to keep on competing. I'm going to show you I'm a great player." And I said, "I know you're a great player. And just keep on being ready. Your time's coming. You just don't know when." And today it came.
And how do you look back on that, Matt?
Can you elaborate on that, Matt, on your decision to stay here? When you thought maybe you should have been playing earlier, would you elaborate on your decision to stay?
Sure, yeah. Like Coach Clay said, I did some research. I went to schools and had some unofficial visits. I had an official visit with Illinois, and I met some great coaches, met some great players, and built some good relationships. But what comes down to it is this team it's stacked. You have the best players in the nation here. Why would I go somewhere else and play with lesser of athletes? Not saying that any other school isn't a great school and they don't have good athletes, but I'm saying that SC it's on the rise. I mean, we have guys that are going to push us to the top here.
You're playing against a defense prepare you for a night like this? Playing against your defense every day?
Yeah, I mean, when we prepare for the week, we usually have like a scout team or service team, but we do go against our one defense with our one offense sometimes, and they're a great defense. You got to give it to them for how they played today, because if it wasn't for them, this game might have ended differently.
How much work did you get this week?
Coach kind of touched on how Matt and the offense continues to fight on through the injuries. Can you kind of touch on how the defense remains confident through all the injuries and the adversity that's taking place throughout the game?
Exactly what Coach Helton said. It's just so what now what. When somebody goes down, it's just the next man up.
Matt, you talked about the talent that you're playing with. What do you think just generally of your receivers' performance tonight? It seemed like a few of them. That's pretty nice guys.
I can show you Mike Pimmon's stats right now. I mean, the guy's a monster. You can't guard him. And that goes with Amon-Ra, it goes with Tyler Vaughns, it goes with Drake. I mean, we're stacked all across the board. And with weapons like that, you can't do anything about it.
When you were in the portal, Pittman was one of your big supporters. How much did he talk to you during that time, and what's your bond and relationship like?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't. He knows the situation, so he wasn't saying, stay. We need you to stay. He was being a good teammate, a good friend, and just a good overall person. He was saying, look, man, you got to go do what's right for yourself, because at the end of the day, it's your livelihood, it's your career. You know what I'm saying? So. Pittman, along with all the other guys on the team, he helped me make my decision by staying here, of course. Like I said, I'll show you the stats.
Clay, what's the status of Elijah Griffin?
Elijah had a little bit of a back spasm that was aggravating him, so we we went ahead and pulled them. I'll be able to give you more updates on Tuesday.
Coach, what does it say about this team when you get out-possessed by 16 minutes, out-rushed by 200 yards, and still put up a gritty performance like this against the number 10 team in the country?
Yeah, I really got to credit our defense because they were put in some positions where they had to play great red zone defense. Getting a turnover right before the half and it being 14-10 coming into halftime, I thought that was a huge play in the game. The field goal block early in that game, you're going to go back and look at that. That's going to be a huge play in the game. So credit our defense. Utah got some yards. There's some special players over there. I'm glad Huntley is an old person. I don't ever want to see him again. He is a special player and going to be playing for a while. So we did enough to win a huge ball game versus a very good team.
Guys, we're going to cut it there. Showers are overheating. All right.